Well, this was the introduction of what the next 18 minutes is about. I just have to switch here. The HCN target group is the 4 and 7 years, and they can't read yet. So from now on, you won't see any words up here, only pictures and images. That's why I have these, so I can remember what to say to you. An old Chinese quote says, "Seeing once is better 200 times heard." And that is also our philosophy when we build our HCN up. Excuse me. My name is Birgitte, and this is my 2 colleagues. Oh, sorry. Torkild and Susanne. They're up here to support me. Very nice. The idea of HCN was born in 2005. We were poor students at the university Lillebælt. And we were doing our final year project and wanted to develop something that the outside world didn't know they were missing. We contacted the management at the department pediatric at Odense University Hospital. We had a meeting with Arne Høst and Mette Sorang, who's with us today here. And they both quickly sensed our idea. The product resulted in an add-on prototype, and it was the beginning of a collaboration that has resulted in that we 3 persons today operates the company 1030 Visual Communication. Money-wise, it's status quo, but we have over the years become very rich in knowledge. Knowledge that makes it possible to share the answers to the following questions with you. How to make patient information to children? How does one deal with such a size? Who will pay? Is it worth it? Does it work, and how? To move forward, I will quickly tell you how HCN is financed. A part is from an initial amount from the hospital, and then HCN is 100% funded by external sources. We are pleased that so many support the project. The idea, use and development of HCN is on the one hand very simple, but on the other hand also very complex. But one thing is for sure, it's not rocket technology that lies behind it. In order to seize the right way, we right from the start set some criteria to the preparation program. It must reflect reality. Story and vocabulary aligned with children's lack of preferences in the different stages of a hospital program. It must be delivered in small parts, as the various examinations and treatments, and not least specific diagnosis. A blood test, for example, is the most common opening for further proceeding. It should be focused on safety and comfort for the child. It should be used before, during, and as a part of a post-treatment. It should be open for dialogue between children and parents, friends and family, and all caregivers that the child could meet in the hospital. I'll just move that away, okay. Children should be able to acquire specific knowledge without help from adults. Lots of children have through the years provided us with drawings for HCN's hospital world. We have integrated them in the different sections at the hospital. These drawings makes it a nice atmosphere and appeal to children. It indicates that this area is for them. Our workflow starts with field research like flies on the wall. We have project status at the Odense University Hospital, so we can attend and observe the children, their parents and the staff at the various examinations and treatments. We participate with one person at a time, so we get 3 different observations. During the observations, we make notes and sketches. Between observations, we discuss problems with the staff. In addition, we compare what we have seen with the clinical guidelines. Then we prepare a storyboard with suggestions on vocabulary, sketches for each scene, and a description of the animation. The number of scenes depends on how many procedures the children needs to be prepared in. I would like to illustrate the last one by showing an example of a procedure from the section on cancer. Here are the main page and Hosian. And Hosian here introduces us to Anton and Annika, who have a brain tumor and leukemia. The subjects all here have each their own story. Anton must have made a mask. Then he's going to a CT scan. The next day he's starting radiation therapy. In the various scenes there is something clickable. Those clickable areas becomes active when the speak is finished. The accelerator here is clickable and the child becomes familiar with the sound of the accelerator. Radiotherapy section lasts 5 scenes. The last scene is 5 questions. Here parents can ensure that issues are understood by the children. There is a printable drawing from the movie, and then they together can continue the dialogue away from the computer. Back to the workflow. The staff is reading the storyboard, and then we review and organize it together several times with the staff. In many cases, there are several groups that have influence at the same procedure. When it is approved, we can begin to make digital drawings, animations, programming, and sync it with audio that our little Maya has recorded. To illustrate the complexity, here is an overview of the structure of Hosian. In sections where it's obvious, we have integrated games and quizzes in the stories. Here is, for example, the last scene in allergy test, where children have to remember and find what Hetty has been tested for. Another example is the cancer section, where Annika suffers from leukemia and experiences the loss of her hair. This can be traumatic for her and for others too. Therefore, we have made a headgear game where she and Anton can dress up with a lot of different hats and wigs. This game will add an element of humor to a very serious issue. Kids can also choose to create puzzles with situations from Hosian, or memory games where many hospital words is accompanied with speak. Here is a vomit bag, for example, or a muscle meter. Here's a little game where kids can learn to handle a situation of low blood sugar. For example, if a friend has diabetes type 1, Nico has become unwell here, and then amigos should make the best choice for Nico, either at the bakery shop, the movies, the grocery store, or in the convenience store. In the game, there is nothing that is right or wrong. The children will learn that some kinds of sugar doesn't act so quickly in the body. When a procedure is developed, it is presented to those who have been involved. And then we test it on children. That's the funny part. Before it becomes available on the internet. That's our test pilots. They all got a diploma in the end. We have, through the years, received a big deal of feedback from parents who have written to us after the use of HCN. One of the best was a boy who had a surgery on the general, he was going to have a surgery on a general anesthesia. Anesthetist was very surprised because the boy just hopped up on the surgery bed and moved his arm forward and said that he wanted to have an ejection, but it was okay, it was also the mask. The answer to whether it pays for nursing staff to integrate HCN in daily routines, I have an example here from Christina, who is a nurse at the pediatric section, Christina received a little girl which is slightly older than the target group. The reason for her being at the hospital is that she was going through an examination process, which contained an MRI. They have tried a week earlier as an outpatient visit, but then the girl was unprepared for what was going to happen. The scan was abandoned because the girl couldn't cooperate. She was simply too afraid. After that episode, she was referred to the hospital so the scan could be performed under general anesthesia. Christina was sitting in the living room with the girl and showed her the MRI process in HCN on a computer. The girl listened attentively, and she clicked her way through the story and said spontaneously at the end, well, it didn't seem so bad. And she also noticed that Tukana in the story was not anesthetized. She would like to be scanned the next morning, and she think that she maybe could do it without being asleep. She was no longer nervous, and her anxiety for the scanner was totally gone. She just wanted to get it over with the next day. Christina chose to show her the story about when HCN was getting a general anesthesia, because this could still be relevant. But the girl met the day after, happy and calm. Together with her parents, she was prepared and conducted the scan without being asleep. As we have heard from previous speakers the last time at this seminar, the staff is a very important co-player on the road to economic savings. Odense University Hospital has during a period received 60 Wii machines, which is placed in the hospital wards and all have a direct access to HCN. Today, HCN is an integrated part of radiographer education and medical laboratory technology education. In addition, several PhD students had the advantage of being able to prepare children for their science projects. Knowledge of HCN expands. HCN postcards and CDs are through Børneulykkefonden distributed to many municipalities in Denmark, which has distributed them further to their kindergartens. Many have also signed up for ambassadors. Out in the world, we have inquiries from Greenland, Australia, England, India, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. At this time, we are developing a big anatomy atlas, where the starting point is the healthy body. Then there's something to speak from when something is not working as it should. In the atlas, children can choose whether they want to be a boy or a girl. We constantly receive inquiries from staff at hospitals in Denmark and patient groups as well, with wishes and suggestions for further development. So here is another flowchart, and the gray areas is procedures that we wish to develop. Thank you.